A major criminal investigation underway in a Northern Virginia school district just outside Washington, D.C. after reports detailed allegations of school staff helping minor students get abortions without any parental consent and also may have misused public funds to pay for them. Governor Glenn Youngkin directed the Virginia State Police Bureau to open that full criminal investigation over those allegations. And joining us right now to discuss is Defending Education's Director of Outreach, Erika Sanzi. Erika, great to see you this morning. You know, this is an embattled Fairfax County, Virginia. What have you learned about these explosive reports alleging school-funded abortions?
Okay, you just froze on me for a second, Jan, so I don't think I heard the whole question, but basically, the governor has directed the Virginia State Police to open a criminal investigation into allegations of school-funded abortions at Centreville High School. And he's taking this action after a teacher has come forward to allege that a social worker facilitated a teen girl to get an abortion without any parental knowledge in 2021. Now, she says that she reported this back when it happened and continued to report it, and apparently it went ignored. But it is now bubbling up based on reporting that has happened. And so in addition to the concerns, obviously, about facilitating minors to get abortions, there's also a big concern about the money that was used for this.
Oh, wow.
And the governor mentions that in the statement that he put out when he directed the investigation to start by the state police.
Right. And also the social worker reports it to the school. I imagine there's other levels of reporting that need to be done as well in regards to this, no?
I think, well, yeah, and I think that there's a lot of documentation going back years that they're digging through, which is what led the governor to say there's enough here that we need to open an investigation. I think it's actually a social worker being accused of facilitating the procedure with the young girl, and it might be another staff member or is another staff member who was aware of it and brought it to the attention of authorities and was kind of ignored.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, there's more to come on this as well. A new study shows there's clear evidence of bias in college courses, which, you know, we didn't really need a study for that. But since there is one, tell us more about it.
Yeah. So what's interesting about this is it ran in the Wall Street Journal, and they come right out and say, like most of our colleagues in academia, we are not supporters of the president. They said, but we have to admit that when it comes to this politically one-sided bias in academia, they're basically saying he's totally right and we have a study to prove it. So they looked at 27 million syllabi to see how college professors were teaching. Mostly it was about racial bias in the criminal justice system and the Israel-Palestinian conflict. And again, what they discovered was that students are not exposed to sort of like the broad scholarly controversy, right? So you'll have the scholar who identifies the problem one way and another one. Instead, what happens is they are assigned the same sort of far left books, often accompanied by other far left books, as opposed to being assigned one scholar who sees it sort of from a more left-wing perspective and perhaps another scholar who sees it from a more conservative perspective. And so what they basically discovered is that, well, we sort of already knew, but even for them to come out and say, like, this is our world, we don't like this president at all, and on this topic, he's right.
It's interesting because I read that article when I saw this story, and that was the first line of that article. The first line was, like our colleagues, we don't like the president, but he's right about something. All right, defending it.
Yeah, well, people always do that because they want to be sure, no, I don't like the guy, but... So yeah, but again, it is helpful in this case because you sort of know, like, they don't really have an axe to grind at all. They probably are like wishing they didn't find what they found.
Right. Defending Education's Director of Outreach, Erika Sanzi. Great to talk to you. By the way, hope you have a great weekend.
You too.